We went down 400 metres and we're still in titanium. It's all the way down. So it's an extraordinary discovery.
Hello to those tuning in to the Assay TV, where we're on day 2 of our London mining investment event. I'm delighted to be joined by Shaun Bunn, the Managing Director of Empire Metals. Welcome.
Thanks, Katie.
So just for those who aren't as familiar with the company, can you give us a bit of a backstory to Empire?
Yeah, Empire's, now we're listed in London, but we're an Australian-focused explorer and now moving into what we hope is a development phase for us. So in a nutshell, we made a fantastic discovery earlier this year. Back in April, we were drilling at a project called Pitfield. Initially, I guess we were looking for a copper discovery there, but much to our surprise, but nonetheless very exciting, we found what we think is one of the world's globally significant titanium deposits.
Before we get into Pitfield a little bit more, can you tell us a bit about your team and what expertise you've got on board? Yeah,
we're a very small group. I joined the company a couple of years ago as the managing director. I have a metallurgical background, but basically a development background. I've done a lot of work around the world. Our non-exec chairman is Dr. Neil O'Brien. He's an ex-geoscientist from London Mining out of Canada. And we've got a couple of non-execs in the system and a CFO. So exploration team in Australia is quite small. Ex-Rio Andrew Ferrara is our exploration manager, and he's actually on site at the moment doing the drilling. So, to be honest, we are as lean and mean as you can get.
Excellent. And let's look at the drilling. So you've just had some results as recently as yesterday, was it? Yeah,
we've completed three major diamond drill holes. So just stepping back briefly, we did an RC, reverse circulation drill program back in, as I said, in April. That was our maiden drilling program, 21 holes, of which 20 of the 21 holes intercepted massive titanium from surface to the end of the hole. Now, RC drilling, we were only drilling down 150 metres. So we decided to come back with these diamond drill rigs. So these are big diamond core rigs. We went down 400 metres and we're still in titanium. It's all the way down. So it's an extraordinary discovery. And we've released the assays from the first hole yesterday with really good grades nearly over 300 metres, every metre of high grade. So I think the market's now starting to appreciate that this is a one of a kind.
We've just mentioned the markets, which has obviously been quite volatile recently. How do you see the outlook for titanium markets, etc.?
Titanium's a great industry. I mean, I was just listening today on the BBC News about lithium, and they were saying that the lithium market's $8 billion and growing. I mean, the titanium industry is something like $28 billion and growing. So, titanium's a great industry to be in. It's well developed. It's a critical metal. Across the US, European Union, Japan, Australia have listed that on their critical metal list. So, it is an exciting time for us. We're in a good commodity, great infrastructure where we are. We're in a first world, a fantastic jurisdiction for mining. Lots of boxes that get ticked straight up front.
I was going to ask you next, how do you find operating in that jurisdiction as a mining company?
Excellent. I mean, the Australian industry, obviously a long-term mining industry. We are, I think, probably, if not the second, largest titanium producing country in the world. So that industry is well established. Western Australia, where we are based, is basically a mining state. Its entire economic journey is on the back of iron ore, gold, lithium, copper, you name it, we've got it. Couldn't be happier where we are, to be honest.
So you've just mentioned copper, gold and lithium, which brings me nicely onto your next project, the Walton project, which I believe you've just received an exploration license for. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, the Walton, yeah. So Walton was part of the acquisition deal that we did when we acquired Pitfield. and a third project which was in Victoria called the Staveley Project in the Staveley Arc. So Walton is in the middle of the what we call the Eastern Goldfields almost. It's not in a gold prospect area, but we think it's highly prospective for both copper and lithium. And in fact, if you look at the new lithium producers, the bubble, if you like, the circle of lithium projects in that part of the world, we're within 100 kilometres of 4 major producing lithium mines. So early days, very early days. We are planning a field trip in the next couple of weeks, and that will do basic rock chip sampling, soil sampling, and start to build up a bit of a picture what we might have there. But I'm 110% focused on Pitfield at the moment.
Excellent. Well, I guess just as a bit of a summary for our investors, what are the major milestones to look out for in the coming months?
Yeah, well, look, I described this, recently as more like we're probably, if this is a play, we're probably completing the first act. We've gone through scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, and we're developing a story. But now we have to evolve into the rest of the, this thing needs to unfold as we go. So part of that is us understanding the nature of the minerals that we're discovering, if you like. These are titanium-bearing minerals, but unique in many respects from the geological sense. So understanding what we have, critical. The diamond drilling core that we've collected from this recent program will help. Metallurgical test work has to unfold, and then we have what I believe we can come back to the market and say, this is how we can extract the value out of this discovery. We can put a sense of commercial realism around it. Right now, this is the biggest thing on the planet. It is literally a supergiant mineral system. And people go, wow, that's great, but what's it worth? And my challenge now is to take that story further forward and articulate that in a way that the people understand and can make an informed decision on becoming a shareholder.
Well, excellent. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today, and look forward to hearing some more news flow soon.
You will indeed.